Good evening and welcome to another episode of Service to Humanity, a program which brings you updates on the activities of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development and agencies under its supervision. My name is Hafsat Mustafa Hadija, standing in for a regular anchor. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, in line with its mandate, improving quality of living standards for communities, is saddled with the responsibility of generating gainful employment and wealth creation nationwide through its national social investment programs. It is along this line that it flagged off one of the new additions to the NSIPs, being the Life Skills Entrepreneurship Development Training for Mobile Money Agents. Details of this in the course of our program. We also have reports of one-day forum of the ministry towards strengthening NGOs in the FCT in a pandemic era. Details of these and other stories in the course of the program. Please stay tuned.
The Empower program is key to helping young Nigerians acquire and develop.
The federal government of Nigeria remains committed to including and protecting persons with disabilities to guarantee that no one is left behind.
I see that we are going through challenging times, and I see this woman running all about the country trying to help our people, because this lady is doing a very good job for our country.
Thank you.
Thank you for all what you have been doing for us.
Service to Humanity starts with news around the ministry. In our lineup, Humanitarian Affairs Ministry says it has done well to institutionalize response, just as Refugee Commission fosters partnership with NGOs. Please stay tuned for details.
The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development says it has succeeded in drawing up several policies that will institutionalize its various initiatives across its core mandate areas. Speaking recently in an interview, the Permanent Secretary, Bashir Noura Al-Kali, sheds more light on some of its policies, describing them as products of work between the ministry and its agencies.
There are policies that are either being developed or have been developed. Some have even been approved by FEC, like the IDP policy has just been approved by FEC. That is the Internally Displaced Persons policy, which was developed, by the ministry. There's what we call the flood response plan, which actually is even under the direct supervision of the Vice President. That has been developed and is awaiting FEC confirmation. There are also disaster management reduction plan, which is also in the offing.
Speaking further on policies, the Permanent Secretary spoke on a new innovation like the cash voucher plan.
Now, the essence of this cash voucher plan is to probably de-emphasize the food response, and then probably find, like what you have in terms of vouchers, either cash vouchers or food vouchers, that will reduce, the amount of food responses that you give, so that the choice will be on the either a vulnerable person or the IDP to now pick out what they think they would buy, because you probably might take either rice to somebody when in actual fact there are other things. So the voucher would enable the choice by those individuals to do that. So
the Federal Commissioner at the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has received members of the Ray of Hope Foundation. The essence of the meeting was to create partnership with the Ray of Hope Foundation on the Project Zero Hunger. Speaking during the meeting, Hajia Iman said she is excited about the project and with dedication and planning, it will be a success. She also commended the founder of the Ray of Hope, Rahama Sado, for her commitment and dedication to the project. Speaking on the project, Rahama Sado expressed gratitude to the Honorable Commissioner for giving her the opportunity to contribute to the upliftment of persons of concerns through the Project Zero Hunger. She added that they are happy to work with the Commission on this special project.
Across the 6 geopolitical zones.
They should use this money for what it is meant for, graciously to take care of their family.
In 36 states and the FCT. Over 6.4 million of Nigerians poorest of the poor in about 1.3 million households receive conditional cash transfers of 5,000 naira monthly under the Household Upliftment Program of the federal government. Their joy knows no bound.
And the government is very well because they did well for us.
It helped me to do any other thing, my family.
Reducing absolute poverty, promoting shared prosperity through the Conditional Cash Transfer Initiative. The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development in service to humanity.
You're watching Service to Humanity, a program sponsored by the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry to bring you updates of its activities. The National Social Investment Program has been widely reported as the biggest social protection and inclusion program in the whole of Africa. That report notwithstanding, the scope and reach of the NSIP is being expanded so that more and more Nigerians, particularly young people, can benefit from it. It is along this line that a life skills entrepreneurship development component was added to the programs of the NSIPs. Training of 1,850 as money mobile agents was flagged off by the minister recently. Let's take that report.
October 2021, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs flagged off training of youths as mobile money agents under the Life Skills Entrepreneurship Development component of the NSIPs. The event, which took place in Abuja, was for beneficiaries from the FCT and the North Central geopolitical zones. The Mobile Money Agents initiative is designed to enhance social inclusion among the youth, poor and the vulnerable. The training is to help beneficiaries meet the requirements to become mobile money agents and to help them successfully start and manage mobile money businesses. The Permanent Secretary, Bashir Nura Alkali, who was represented by the Empower National Coordinator, Mr. Nsikak Okon, gave the opening remarks where he explained the new program and its concept.
You could recall that we started this journey not quite long. Just like you have said, we are very much aware of the National Social Investment Program. We have known the Empower Program, we have known the Conditional Cash Transfer, we have known the JIP Program, and this is one of the newest programs that have been added into the stream of the National Social Investment Program.
While speaking at the event, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Sadia Umar Farouk, said the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, since assuming office, has paid so much attention to improving the livelihood of the poor and vulnerable. She said the NSIP's program is specially designed as a strategy to arrest youth restiveness and to enhance social inclusion amongst youth, the poor and vulnerable.
You may recall that from the inception of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in 2015, the federal government, under his leadership, has paid more attention to addressing the plight of the poor and vulnerable in the country, despite the economic challenges that this administration inherited. This informed the decision by this administration to initiate the National Social Investment Program as a strategy for delivering pro-poor initiatives and enhancing inclusion, especially among our youth and the poor and vulnerable in the society.
The minister added that the program was introduced to sustain the social inclusion agenda of Mr. President, and it is designed to develop the competence of unemployed youth to operate as registered mobile money agents.
The Mobile Money Agents program was introduced in 2020 to sustain the social inclusion agenda of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. It is consistent with the President's now national vision of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. The program is designed to kit and tool unemployed youths and develop their competencies to operate as registered mobile money agents. The training we are starting today will enable target beneficiaries to meet the minimum technical and business requirements for becoming mobile money agents and enhance your entrepreneurial competencies to successfully start and manage mobile money business.
Also speaking at the event, the Chief Executive Officer of Shared Agent Network Expansion Facilities, the implementing partner, Mrs. Runke Kuye, commended the partnership between SANEF and the Ministry, declaring that the collaboration will create livelihoods for participants as well as their families and bring development to our communities.
The program is also a source for empowerment of citizens in providing jobs and livelihood. This initiative by the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development will further deepen and expand financial inclusion as well as reach the last mile distribution. Our role in providing financial literacy training and awareness for participants here today during this program before they are onboarded as agents is vital, as this will allow the participants to learn the rudiments and the dynamics of providing financial services to those who have so far been unserved, while also creating a livelihood for themselves and their families.
Upon completion of the training, beneficiaries will be registered with the Shared Agency Network Expansion Facility (SANEF) as money mobile agents and will be provided with startup kits that include a point-of-sale POS machine, fingerprint scanner, chairs, tables and umbrella, as well as 20,000 Naira capital. The minister then flagged off the presentation of the items to beneficiaries. Some of the participants expressed their gratitude to the ministry and the federal government for the new initiative.
I truly appreciate the government of Nigeria for giving us this opportunity, and we hope because it will go a long way in assisting those that are in low privilege, in making us to promote our business.
I have to thanks for mommy. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mama.
Welcome back from that break. Working on providing relief, support to the vulnerable and other persons of concern is a collaborative effort. In reaching these persons, the ministry needs good partnerships. A lot of times, it works with non-governmental organizations and civil society organizations to strengthen their capacity to do more, especially in the COVID-19 era. The ministry organized a one-day forum for NGOs in the FCT. Details of this meeting coming up shortly. Please stay tuned.
Non-governmental organizations or NGOs play a very important role in humanitarian crisis situation. The COVID-19 pandemic has been described as one of the biggest humanitarian crises to hit the world. Its impact on socio-economic lives and well-being of Nigerians has been quite devastating in some areas. With lockdowns of markets and schools, economic powers of individuals have been eroded as social vices continue to increase. In the midst of all these, NGOs have intervened by building community resilience, supporting vulnerable communities through food distribution, supply of developmental capacity of communities, collaborating with MDAs to fight poverty. Because of the importance of NGOs, the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development deemed it necessary to boost their capacity through a one-day forum for strengthening non-governmental organizations in a COVID-19 pandemic era. Various NGOs, CBOs and faith-based organizations operating in the FCT were in attendance. Why did the ministry decide on such a forum?
The program today has to do with NGOs, strengthening the NGOs so that they can work together in synergy, partnership and collaboration so that they can effectively coordinate their activities to succeed in their plight to assist the government in various policies that has to do with the communities, the vulnerable and the less privileged, and those that needs help.
We have what we call social development focused NGO that normally deal with social development affairs. So there's no way we can do anything without involving them. So because of that reason, we really invited them just to strengthen them more.
To harvest from the field what they have to give to us to improve our work as well. The forum for strengthening NGOs in the COVID-19 pandemic is very, very important for NGOs, for us to be on the same page, for us to know what they are doing, for us to see how well we can work together to improve the people we serve in the community.
In his opening remarks, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, who was represented by the Acting Director of the Department of Social Development, lauded the roles played by NGOs since the beginning of the pandemic.
Today, as a result of this pandemic, the normal way we live, the normal way we work and interact has been at par with human interaction and relationship. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, issues concerning COVID-19 pandemic cut across the globe and are reflected in all socio-economic issues. The need for strong partnership and capacity to achieve desired results in the protection of vulnerable in the society. It is in reality of these that the ministry is strengthening alliances and network among NGOs and CSO level government.
Furthermore, the director identified the objectives of the forum to include promote the roles of CSOs, NGOs in achieving and addressing the socio-economic aspect occasioned by COVID-19, harness the role of NGOs, discuss challenges facing CSOs and NGOs and make recommendations on mechanisms to strengthen CSOs and NGOs' roles in achieving the SDGs and to cushion the effect of the pandemic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to remind us that creating a conducive environment that will help the rights of our target groups is a collective responsibility that needs a lot of effort, keen interest, dedication, and commitment. I strongly recommend that we make the best use of this program in the interest of the vulnerable members of society which we represent. We count on your continuous support for years ahead in task of positive impact on the lives of our vulnerable groups in particular and the citizenry at large.
The lead paper on NGOs, Types and characteristics, importance in social development and the way forward was delivered by former Director of Social Development of the Ministry, Dr. Dorothy Nwodo.
And it's important you know whom to network with. That is who to partner or collaborate with. It will be, you will partner with somebody that will be beneficial to you, both in knowledge, training, and making your NGO to be known.
Another paper on the role of partnering and collaborating with NGOs and MDAs in addressing the socio-economic impact of COVID-19 pandemic was also delivered by Dr. Kwasau Mejama'a.
So our participants at this workshop should take the following measures aimed at preventing COVID-19.
The meeting was interactive as representatives of the various NGOs raised questions and commented generally on their operations.
My contribution is this. There is a saying, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. And I'm to say this, NGO, an organization, is like a body. They have to have passion. And then you don't have to do more than your organization. Just try to be on the spotlight. Start up projects that even if you cannot access the fund, your organization will be able to do it. Thank you.
A syndicate session to identify all the NGOs present, thereby creating a valuable database of such agencies, also took place. After the forum, participants expressed their gratitude to the minister for the initiative and the opportunity to be a part of it.
Yes, the program today is so fantastic, very encouraging, very powerful. I really enjoyed a lot, and I wish the minister success and want her to continue in doing this, because this has encouraged we the NGOs. It has already encouraged we the NGOs to do our work for real service delivery, to save our nation from the issues we are having today, most especially this era of COVID-19 pandemic.
We thank the Honorable Minister for Humanitarian Affairs for organizing this program. The major idea of this program is to bring NGOs together, which we thank the Minister for, because most NGOs are working, we have been doing a lot of activities since the COVID-19, and this program have helped the NGOs. We've been trained on how to partner with other organizations, on how to network better, to enlighten our people, our community where we work, on the issues of COVID and how to help themselves and what to take caution against COVID-19. The ministry have also helped us in various ways, even during the COVID-19 era. They've helped a lot of NGOs by giving us food items. They've also given us crutches to give to our members, especially those of us working with the older persons.
It is on this note that we end this episode of Service to Humanity. Join us again same time next week and on this same medium for more activities of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. Until then, have a great week ahead.